got back here, I got a full box of them.
Well, I should have enough to get me through my lifetime. It's just my organizational skills.
All right, Mark, where are we at? What are we doing?
We are in northwestern South Dakota, and we're on a ranch, fifth generation ranch. I've trapped here for many years, and I've watched these young fellows in my back seat grow up, and they're part of the ranching team here. And so we've only got 27 traps out, and we'll see what happens here. I'm optimistic. There was a good sign. Sometimes when it's warmer, you have to be right on these coyotes, because they especially if they've got food nearby. And but I'm optimistic. It's been real dry up here, hasn't it, guys?
Yeah.
And it started raining a little bit towards the end of summer, but the ranchers are making adjustments, and these guys, they always have hay stored.
These bloodshot eyes of knowledge, too proud to ever behold the all that is this and nothingness out on the bad river road, out on the bad river road.
Spot out here, guys. You probably kind of know where the coyotes howl from. And
one year I was trying to trap him out in this field and didn't catch anything, but came over to this row of them right here, and there was some good signs of coyote.
oh, we got ourselves a skunk, guys. Right off the bat, we got a skunk. So the whole goal with the skunk is to shoot them with them spraying a minimal amount, because we want that essence that's in them. There's just such a nice skunk out here, and he's a little muddy, but he'll clean up real good. All right, we're gonna pitch him to the side. So we're going to remake this, and this was caught on Highway 61 predator bait, and then Watchtower lure. Those are Mark Steck products. Okay, so here's where our hole was, and I have no doubt the bait's still in there.
Smells like steak.
What's that, Preston?
Something smells like steak. I'm guessing it's the bait.
I'm smelling a little skunk right now. So we're going to dig out the bed, the trap bed, and this is a 650, 2-coiled. They come 4-coiled, but I don't believe in 4 coils. And the trap already smells like the set. If I were to take a trap this dirty to a new set, you might get some digging on it. So essentially we got the hole there, and some of this I'm telling for Preston, because I don't know how long I'm going to trap away from home anymore. And these guys, the ranchers, do not like coyotes, do you? And the coyotes are always around the cows, because they know they're going to give birth, and they're eating the cow crap, and they take the calves, and sometimes they'll even eat them when the cow is giving birth to that calf as they're coming out. It's nature's tough, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Wiebe Trapline Adventures is brought to you by F&T Fur Harvesters Trading Post. Everything you need for trapping and hunting. By Dakota Line Snares and Trapping Products. Snares loaded for speed. And by Wiebe Fleshing and Skinning Knives. We are wicked sharp. We are Wiebe.
Where's Kyle?
You see a coyote?
Yeah, he's
We
right
got a
there.
coyote.
Yeah, he's in the trap.
I'll be darned. Well, that's good news, isn't it?
Oh.
There we
It
go.
ain't bad.
Look at that, he's got porcupine quills in his nose.
Yeah. If they can, they will flip a porcupine over and eat it.
I bet you learned that from your grandpa, didn't you?
Yeah, he's seen porcupine hide just entirely split open, nothing inside.
Yeah.
All of it. Oh, yeah, darn, he's pretty cold. Now, Mark, I have a question. If you put a bullet hole in a coyote to kill him, does that decrease the value of the hides?
Not if you do it like in the chest or the head.
Kind of see tracks a little.
Oh yeah, sure enough. So I put this kind of into the, I put the hole into the side of the road there. And so if they want to get to that bait, they're going to come up and they're going to plant 1 foot here for balance. They want it in the middle and they're going to reach in there. And this basically is a number 3 trap, and it had a very nice hold on him. It's got these cast jaws, and I'd probably could have released him if we wanted. Of course we aren't going to, but if I caught a bobcat before the season, a trap like this, if it's not bitter cold, you can release them. We're going to put our pan cover on there. That's a Barker's pan cover. It's made out of latex. Sometimes you can find them laying around and reuse them. Main thing is you get it on the far end of the pan. So I'm going to go get the wax dirt. And on this one we used, I don't have one in here, we used growler bob.
Yeah.
And it's got a bobcat base, and I'm going to put a little 2 riders on there. Not that we need anything, but I can't see the bait in there. I might put a little bait in there too. You guys take a whiff of that once. You know what's in there? No. I can't tell you. But all of my baits and lures, I didn't start from scratch. I know a lot of people that have been around in this business, and so I would pick their brains, and there's no way I could start from scratch. There's just too much really research out there, not documented, but just these guys testing things, and so you know, you only have so many years, and so I use people's knowledge, and I've had good results.
Well, guys, was that exciting?
Kind of. Yeah. It's actually the first cat I've ever seen caught in a trap in person.
How many more you think we'll get?
Well, how many sets we got left?
We have 25 sets left.
Yeah. 14.
All right.
Wiebe Trapline Adventures is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply, offering top quality hunting and trapping products of the highest quality at a competitive price. By Southern Snares Trapping Supply, our customer success is our top priority. And by Mark Steck Animal Lures, top quality baits and lures with proven performance.
Oh, look, I think we got some, guys.
Another coyote.
Another coyote. It's about time. So I got this on a number 2 trap, or 550. 2-coiled. Now my friend Dan Roberts, and I know I preach about this, he caught 666 coyotes last year on number 2 Bridger traps. None of them 4-coiled, not a one. And there's a reason, there's several reasons I like smaller traps. The one is you get into this mud and it's less to bed. You get a muddied up trap, a mud ball of a trap, it's less time. And when you get some of the best ever, Phil Brown uses number 2 2-coiled. You don't need big, strong traps because it's gonna cause legislation. And I'll have to look at what this one was caught on, but I'm pretty sure it was Highway 61. That's a beaver meat base with some other little goodies in there, and it's tainted just a bit but not too much, and I assume it's probably still down there. I think I'll put a little more in. Mr. Barrett, would you bring that pink bag? Thank you, sir.
Have you been recycling this dirt? I found that in it.
What's it say?
Fur Takers of America, Rendezvous 2017, Manchester, Iowa.
I don't know how this stuff gets mixed in. It's the way my brain works. It's like ping pong balls in there. And that's not a bad thing all the time, but so we put a little Highway 61 in there. And then along with that, we won't re-lure it, no need to with all this coyote smell. Here, you want to put it on? And but the lure that was in there was Watchtower lure. Now it's a Mark Steck lure. All right, now I'll throw the coyote in. Chad, do you notice, maybe you aren't of that age yet, it gets harder getting up off the ground.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you think when you're younger that could never happen to you. You really think you're never going to get old, but now, I don't want to scare you guys, but it's just like that. You're going to look like this. Sleep well tonight.
So what's a coyote hide worth it?
Well, these, oh, I would guess they're gonna, both of these are nice coyotes, good color, and they're gonna go as semi-heavies, but a good semi-heavy. Thank you, sir. And if I put them up, which I will, oh, 60, 70 maybe. Oh, baby.
I saw something.
I think we got another coyote. That's a coyote, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
That's something.
That's a coyote.
All right. We're cooking, guys. And this one we set, it's because, well, the road number 1, but it's a saddle. And by saddle, I mean there's a draw coming up and then a draw on the other side of the road going down. And I've seen, like when you have snow, I've seen cat tracks come across the saddle, but coyotes love saddles. And it's just natural for them to go from one tip to the other tip over the little saddle. And I've always had good luck at this spot.
It looks kind of like a little one.
It might be a pup. I'll tell you what, we'll find out. I can tell you if it's a pup by the teeth.
Wiebe Trapline Adventures is brought to you by Cold Creek Trapping Products, serious trapping gear for the serious trapper. By FurTeckerTV.com, the absolute best collection of trapping videos available streaming online. And by Naturally Bob Sportsman's Pet Shampoo. Naturally encapsulates the absolute worst odors in the outdoors, leaving your pet scent-free.
Okay, why don't you come on over here, Preston? And so just handle this either right on the tips of either end. And the bed's kind of already there. And you always want to get your chain under the trap, because if they feel that, and we want to get that under there too. We need to cut off just a little bit of this so it fits in there.
So what exactly is the difference between a 2-coil trap and a 4-coil trap?
Well, these are the main coils on a 2-coil trap. Yeah, you get that under that and it helps support the trap. Actually, that's bedded already pretty good. The bedding of the trap is fairly important, because if they end up stepping right here, we're going to put a clod of dirt there so they don't, but if that trap moves, that's when they start digging. Alright, so you got your pan cover, and that keeps the pan working so it can go down. There you go, I'll hold that. Would you hold this, young feller?
Yep.
Okay. You want to be a little careful here, and you want it on this end there. That's the most important end there. So now you can take the dry dirt. Barrett, have you heard any good jokes at school? Do you guys tell jokes?
Well, yeah, in the morning, but I do know one thing. What do you call a homemade boomerang that doesn't come back to you?
A homemade boomerang that doesn't come back. You need to get some more dirt. Boy, I don't have the answer to that.
Stick.
Okay, so we got the bait in there, kind of hidden behind that grass. And we'll just put a little grass over that waxed dirt. And that's ready to take another coyote. That's a good job, and that just kind of gets you started with the idea there. And I should get our again, this is a 550 traps, or a number 2, or even 1.75 is what it's equivalent to. We got to get that out from under the pan there, because that, yep, and especially if it gets cold, freezes. So we just got as narrow a trap bed as possible. This one's a little dished out because of the coyote. And if you get that chain under there, sometimes it'll help stabilize the trap, but you don't want them stepping on that chain if it's out here and they start digging, because there's something, just they're curious about what's under there. All right, Preston, you can start doing your thing. So it's like I was saying earlier, I'm 64 and I just learned you could guide coyotes like this. It's not a bad thing learning new stuff. It's a good thing. Keeps you, makes you feel alive if you're willing to learn.
I wonder if we'll catch another skunk or it's just coyotes.
Well, I'm very satisfied with 4, and maybe we'll have another 1 or 2. We'll see. Well, it was really a good day. We had 5 coyotes and a skunk out of 27 traps. And best of all, I got to spend a good part of the day with these young men, and they're always fun to be with. And so until next time, peaceful waters. I'm a little surprised at the number of coon you've got.
But like I said, it's just it's been a... Oh. Yeah, that's a nice coon. I mean, we don't have the nicest colored coon, but we have really heavy furred out coon.
The whole wide world's at your fingertips.